In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through my favorite Adobe Lightroom Classic updates. Now, there's some really amazing updates that they've made, and ones that have been due for a long time, and they've finally done it. So the first one, and the biggest one in my opinion, is the new Denoise. Now, this reduces noise with AI and is an absolute game changer. So this particular image I shot at 400 ISO. It's on a micro four thirds camera. Now, 400 ISO is not by any means a high ISO, but it still does produce some noise. So if we come up to the top here and let's just bring some detail out in the shadowed areas, you can see that there is some noise there. So all we need to do is come down to where it says noise reduction, and if you want to use the traditional method, then you can here. It's just under the manual noise reduction, and this is what we used to use to reduce any noise. Now all you need to do is just click on the denoise icon there, and you'll see that this enhanced preview comes up. This is the same as the super resolution. So if you decide to use denoise, you can't then go and use super resolution. Even if you save the file and then try and reopen it back into Lightroom, it will still know that this has had some enhancement done to it. So you have to decide which one you want before you do this. So you have the amount slider there, so you can obviously increase, decrease that. I'm just going to keep this at 50%. Also, you can only do this with raw files. You can't do this with a JPEG or a TIFF file at the moment. And also what happens when we click enhance, what will happen is that Lightroom will then produce another file with the enhancements. Now, in the near future, they are going to change that where the adjustments will be made to the file and there won't be a second file created, which would be good. Okay, you can see there it's just created that new file. So if we look down the bottom here, you can see that there is 3 little stars. So that means we have had the denoise added to our picture. So let's just use this as a reference picture. So this is the before. So let's just zoom in, and this is the after. Now, if I go into 300% and on here as well, you can see that there is a big difference. So let me just come down to here and just show you. So you can see there that them areas that I brightened earlier, you can see that there is a bit of noise here, and there's hardly any, or there is none in there. So you can use this for really high extreme ISOs, 100,000 ISO, and it works amazing. So you can see here, this area here is probably a little bit better because it's cleaner. You can see there that it is practically made it look like 100 ISO. So this is brilliant. So you don't necessarily have to use this with extreme ISO. You can use this like I have at 400 ISO and then get back that 100 ISO look, and it's phenomenal. It's a game changer. So that's going to really help you. So the next update is curves with inside masks. Now this is really exciting because curves help you not only with tones, but they can help you with color as well, which is absolutely amazing. So let's just select the brush tool and let's just start painting in to an area that we want to change. So say for instance, we just want to lighten this part of the hair there. You can see as I do that and I come down to here, you can see we've now got curves. Now curve tool is probably my favorite tool within Lightroom and Photoshop, just because of the sheer power that it has with regards to isolating whites, grays, blacks, and obviously color as well. So you can see there that we now have that ability, and that again is a big game changer for me. And if you wanted to, you could come here and you can add some color, so we could warm up his hair a little bit there just to match this side. So that is another amazing feature. The other thing that we have is a couple of different masks. So if we come up to the top here, we can select the person there. You'll see that we've got a couple of new ones. The first is clothes. So it does a pretty good job. We can create a mask and that's just going to select the clothes for us. Now, if for whatever reason it was, then you can always come up to the mask here, click add and then select brush, and then you can add in any areas that it may have missed. That's a really, really cool feature and it works pretty well. Let's come back to this picture here, and I'm just going to start from the beginning. And if I select him, so if I click on person 1, you'll see that it's got facial skin, body skin, eyebrows, and then at the very, very bottom you can see it says facial hair. So that is another new feature and that's brilliant, and it works really, really well. Again, so we can create the mask, we can add a brush or we can subtract a brush. So if we want to just really, really define this, then we can just use the minus there just to subtract anywhere. And of course then I can come up to the beard and I can lighten that, I can darken that. So again, that's another really, really cool, powerful feature. And you'll see that when I come to the female, if I again go to the import, select person, you'll see there that facial hair is not detected, so it does know that that is a female. So again, using artificial intelligence is really, really clever. So the other things that we do have are some more new adaptive presets. Now I love these and I think these are phenomenal, and I think it's pretty much how a lot of the new presets are going to be developed, and it saves a real amount of time for you to try and mask things out. So if we look on here where it says enhanced portrait, you can see that we've got glamour portrait, polished portrait. So if I just click on enhanced portrait, what that's automatically going to do is create these masks for me. So you can see there we've got teeth, we've got iris, pupil, eye, and we've got facial skin. So we can select that. If I click on the overlay, you'll see where these particular ones are. And that just saves so much time because you don't have to mask anything out. Yes, you can select the face and it will do a lot of this, but these are really, really good features to use. So let's have a look at one over here. So say for instance we want to texture the hair, we can click on that and that is automatically going to texture that hair for us. So there we go, and you can see all the settings are done for us. So again, I really, really like this. I think this is really, really clever. It creates these masks, and also if you look here where it says teeth, it can't detect the teeth in there, so it hasn't added it, and it's giving you a little exclamation mark there. So again, this is really, really clever, and I love these. I think these are really good. So you've not only got them for portraits, you've got them for sky, you've got them for subjects as well, so we can make something pop if we've got an object in there, and it will just do everything for us. And you can see as we click on the pop there, you can see everything that is done on the right hand side, so all the adjustments there. So if we just press OK to that, again, it's a really quick way of making adjustments and not having to mask things out. So I think that is going to be a massive feature in the future. I think this is going to develop into one-click edits very, very soon. So the other thing that you can do when you're using the new features in Lightroom is you can open smart objects as layers within Photoshop. So let me show you what I mean. So say we've got these two images here. Now you may be doing pictures of stars, you may be doing astrophotography, you may be doing composite work. So you would select your images, right click, and then select edit in, and you can see here where it says open as a smart object in Photoshop. That's the old way of doing it. Now what we can do is open as smart object layers in Photoshop. So if I do that, what will happen is that it will open up into Photoshop, and all the adjustments that we have previously made within Lightroom will be there, and they will be layers within Photoshop, as you can see here. So it's just taking its time just to think about it. There we go. So we have now got these two files as layers. So if I click on the move tool, you can see there's layer 1 and there's layer 2. So if I then double click on this, you can see it opens up in Adobe Camera Raw, and if I undo the basic or any of these adjustments that are up here, anything that I've made previously within Lightroom will be here. This is a game changer, especially if you're doing composite work. It's brilliant, especially if you like to go from Lightroom, like I do, to Photoshop and back again. So really good feature there. So that is the updates April 2023. They're really handy. There's some really cool features in there. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you've got any questions, then feel free to ask me and I will get back to you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.